Virgo, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and see what is happening in your world. What do you need to focus on? Whoa, okay, so let me just make sure that I'm not getting additional jumpers here because you've got a lot of cards that are trying to make themselves known. So tell me about your strength. What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? I never have cards that flip over like this while I'm shuffling, so this is very unusual. So your energy is go, go, go right now. It really is. There's something about it. You're really, I don't know how to describe it other than go, go, go. There's something where you need to act, you need to do something. It is right now. I'm actually seeing that in your current energy as well, but I'm really picking it up in this energy that I'm reading right now. Bottom of the deck here, Temperance energy. So it's Sagittarius energy, it's Archangel Michael energy, and so there is a lot of, if you have some sort of inner turmoil, there's something about this where you're really trying to find this inner balance. That's what I'm getting from this card. There's something where maybe you're seeing things from a different perspective. Sagittarius is very much that big picture. Let's take a look at everything. How is this playing out? What do I need to do? This feels like that go, go, go energy. There's something about getting yourself into some sort of alignment here so you can balance yourself out so that you can move forward in a much calmer way than what the energy is right now. Because it does feel, I want to say chaotic. It's very much like, what do I do first? What do I do now? How do I do this? So just kind of jumping into the reading, let's see what we got here. So first card out, Tower. So you're currently sitting in this energy of things suddenly changing. However, those sudden changes are for the better. It's sitting here with the Chariot energy. So Chariot is success after a battle specifically. And so there's whatever happened here, whatever rug was pulled out from underneath you, this was actually in your best interest. There's a lot of success connected to this. When I look at what you need to focus on here, so I'm getting the Nine of Wands with the Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands, Eight of Wands, you might need to have a conversation. What I picked up when I put them down as I was going through shuffling and these cards were popping out or flipping over, you need to talk to somebody about either some sort of wound that has come to the surface or letting your guard down. It might be a combination of the two, but it does feel like you need to have some sort of conversation with somebody here around whatever it is that you've been going through. I am seeing the sun in the past, so it's not like the sun will never come out again, but I am seeing that you really remember the happier times, the more optimistic times. Sitting in your strength position is the Nine of Cups. This is going after what you want. So I'm going to say this only because I got this energy with this card. Whatever's happening right now, it's in alignment with something that you did in the past. There was something that you put out to the universe in the past that said, I want this type of life. And in order to have that type of life, you needed to have this kind of groundbreaking, sudden change in your environment. Otherwise, you were never really going to get what you were looking for. And so there's something really specific about that. It's connected to a wound. So there was some sort of wound that had to come to the surface. It was like, until you saw the wound, you were never going to be able to heal it. Until you healed the wound, you were never going to be able to have the life that you wanted. There was something where you were blocking yourself from having the life that you want for yourself. And now it's kind of all coming to the surface. And it feels like it has been coming to the surface. And so you're starting to address it, deal with it, talk about it, put it out there that there's something here that you want to do, a way that you want to go, because you're really focused and your strength here. So your strength in how you navigate this situation is this Nine of Cups. You're really holding on to what you want for yourself long term. These goals that you have, these dreams that you have, that's what's helping you get through this energy. I am seeing some challenges show up here in your near future with that Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords can mean a couple things. It can be some sort of conflict, but it feels a lot more like you're picking up the pieces after the conflict, because if you actually look at the imagery on the card, the battle's over. Now it's about you collecting the swords. It's about you collecting your bounty and knowing that you came out on top, that you are fixing whatever is coming to the surface. You're fixing whatever this conflict is or whatever that was. It is connected to the Tower energy. So I'll find out more as I continue to go through the reading and then also clarify. When I look at how the universe is shaping this situation, oh, okay. Yeah. So we got the Magician with the Seven of Wands. The Magician is about you putting it out to the universe, exactly what you wanted. It's about you manifesting your dreams, your goals. So this is something that you did in the past. The universe heard you loud and clear. It understood exactly what it is that you want. And Seven of Wands showed up here. There's something about you standing up for yourself, defending yourself, really going after what you want, but not letting anybody get in your path, not letting anybody get you off course. It feels like you're very protective of your goals and your dreams and what kind of life you want for yourself. When I look at your hopes or fears, so what I'm getting is the Death card with the Three of Cups. You want change. You want something here to change. The universe did hear you loud and clear. The changes are meant to be happy. That's exactly what you wanted here. I'm seeing that almost to a lesser degree. It's showing up in your hopes or fears, but it is the same energy that is showing up in your current. So with the Tower and the Chariot, these changes are in your best interest. What you want over here is also change that will make you happy. They're the same. It's the same message. And so you're getting exactly what you've been asking for, even if it feels really uncomfortable and even if it feels really chaotic right now. This is going to work out for you long term. I am also getting the King of Wands showing up in your potential outcome. And so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, I don't usually call out all the signs, but we do have one of the cards of Sagittarius here with the Temperance, and then we have the Sun, which is Leo. So there's a lot of fire energy. But the King of Wands is very action-oriented. And so this is about you really digging deep, finding that fire, that passion within you to take the steps that you need to take. The King of Wands is actually looking at, just the way that I'm seeing it here, the King of Wands was showing up in your outcome, and it was looking at the 8 and the 9 of Wands. And so this is about the actions. This is about the conversation that you want to have around whatever it is that you've been going through. Let's get some additional detail here. With the Tower and the Chariot, I'm getting the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is about you going after exactly what you want. So from an emotional standpoint, what's driving you, what's motivating you, what does that emotional fulfillment look like? Your wounds might be connected to love and relationships, because it feels like that's what's trying to clear up. There's some sort of wound connected to how you interact with other people, the types of relationships that you have. And it doesn't just have to be romantic relationships, although it usually is. It could be friendships as well, people that you do love. There's something about, I'm getting this sense of like broken open. Something here is being broken open. Oh, an old way of thinking, an old paradigm, an old way of viewing relationships is being completely blown up right now. And I can feel it right here, right in the center of my chest. So let's get some details on the 8 and the 9 of Wands here for Virgo. 7 of Cups, 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is out here twice. Okay. On your own, you're having a hard time figuring out how do you let your guard down. So a conversation here is going to be necessary in order for you to truly open up and be healed. In order for you to do the real healing that you need to do, a conversation with somebody here is required. Now, who that person is going to be a little bit different for everybody, but with the 9 of Wands really showing up in both the original and in the clarifying cards, whatever walls you have erected for yourself, they're pretty high, they're pretty strong. You're having a hard time breaking them down on your own. With the Sun, I'm getting the Knight of Wands. So love to see that. Definitely indicates that in the past, your actions were based on the things that you wanted, the things that really made you happy. That's what the Sun is. I mean, it's the sun. The sun shines light on everything. It's warm, it's loving. And so the actions that you took in the past really connected to the Magician energy, because the Knight is more of like the early stage. Knight of Wands might have been a little bit impulsive. So you might have gone into a situation realizing Like, let's use romance as an example, realizing that you weren't fully ready for the type of relationship that you wanted. And so something happened, and now this, I'm still getting this sense of like a heart breaking open, and like I can actually see it breaking open. And so there's something about actions that you took here in the past that made you very happy, but also maybe a little impulsive because you didn't realize you weren't ready for it. And so it triggered some sort of awakening, some sort of opening up. And now it's getting to the point where this has to be addressed. This isn't going to wait. With the Nine of Cups, I'm getting the World. So you do realize that something here needs to end in order for you to be able to move forward. There is something that you have to just leave in the past in order to get your wishes here. Tell me about the Five of Swords. I'm getting 2 cards. So we have the Nine of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So definitely long term. This is long-term happiness. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, whatever pieces you're picking up for yourself, there's long-term happiness connected to it. That Nine of Cups has now shown up for the second time. You have the Nine of Wands showing up also showing up twice. So there's something about you're ready to move on to the next cycle. You're ready to move into this next chapter. You're closing up whatever has happened here, because the 9 is that last card before you start the next chapter. And we've got the World out here as well. So there's something about closing out this chapter so that you can move forward. With the Magician, I'm getting the 5 of Cups. Let's get the 7 of Wands here. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So with the Magician and the 5 of Cups, there was something here that did need to change. The 5 of Cups is all about change. It's seeing things from a different perspective. It's focusing on the positive instead of the negative. And so this is what feels like is connected to that Tower energy. We already knew that the Magician here was about you trying to manifest your goals and your dreams. I can see it reflected in that 9 of Cups energy that has shown up twice, but also it's what triggered this sudden change, this sudden awakening within you, this realization that this wound needed to heal. And that's this 5 of Cups. You're seeing things differently now. With the 7 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, you're very protective of yourself and what it is that you want. But that 4 of Pentacles energy is all about the foundation of who you are. So it's also about not compromising the really basic elements of who you are. Like if you've always wanted to be married and in that type of relationship, don't settle for less. If you've always gone into relationships with people who never wanted to get married, you're settling. That's what this is all about. And it's about you changing that and recognizing if that is your story and that person says to you pretty early on, I don't want to get married, then why do you continue with the relationship? It's that kind of change in perspective. It's like, oh, well, now I can see it as it is. I've always entered into relationships because I wasn't really ready for marriage. And now that I'm getting myself ready for that type of relationship, when I start to date somebody and that person says these words or implies it in some sort of way, I know I can see it. I'm going to end it. I'm going to move forward. That would be the kind of change that I'm seeing here. This would be that awakening, that sudden change within yourself, that realization that you always called in somebody who wasn't ready for marriage because you weren't ready. That's all changing. Tell me about Death and 3 of Cups. Magician. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of synchronicities. So you might be seeing a lot of the same numbers showing up in things or patterns repeating. Definitely patterns repeating. I'm getting that one pretty loud and clear. But with the Death card and the 3 of Cups, again, the changes that you want are in your best interest. The Magician is out here. It's all being driven by what you want. Tell me about the King of Wands. Hierophant. So maybe marriage really is what you want. I just was pulling that hypothetical, but that was the one that came to mind. So I said it, and I've learned that that is usually the one that resonates. So with the Hierophant, King of Wands, I mean, you're taking action that is suitable for long term. It is the card of marriage. The Hierophant is marriage. But if that's not something that you're looking for, it's also the card of Taurus. And so this is something long-term. This is something stable and grounded. You're really setting yourself up for the future. All the actions you're taking are about your long-term happiness. This one is really drawing me, and it's the Fool. So Virgo, I love where this is going. If this resonates, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.